Hello everybody, I'm back and I received a vision 2 days ago. And then you guys, I received 4 dreams last night. Just let me tell you guys, 4 dreams, that's gotta be something like very urgent. And before I state the visions and the dreams that I had, yesterday at some point, a big thought came into my mind that I want to share with you guys. But like I said, I'm not, setting any dates or anything like that. I'm not. This is just a train of thought that kind of just like flew into my mind, like out of nowhere. That I just wanted to share with you guys before I start with the visions and the dreams. And I heard in the video, there's 4 days between Yom Kippur, so Day of Atonement, and Feast of Tabernacles, right? And when I heard this in the video, something inside me went like click, right? Like this train of thought just came out of nowhere. And then I was like, 4 days in between the two feasts. And then all of a sudden, you guys, I was thinking, right? This is what came onto my mind. Could this be our doorway out? Because 4 means door. And in Revelation 4 is where it talks about us when we get raptured. Also talking about the door in Revelation 4. I thought that was pretty unique. We have 4 days, so the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. And on the 10th, Feast of Tabernacles, Sukkot, is supposed to start. And Day of Atonement, I believe, was on the 5th. So this gives us 4 days now in between the two. And I just this just came over me out of nowhere, you guys. Could this be our doorway out? In any of these days, maybe, right? Like I said, it's just something that came into my mind. And I just felt like I needed to share with you guys. But like I said, that was just a train of thought that I wanted to get out before I start with the visions and the dreams. But like I said, I'm just going to start with the vision. So I actually saw, so this was not last night, this was a day before. I saw a big, again, you guys, a big butterfly, and it looked angelic. It looked angelic. And it was just huge. And again, it was black and blue, but this time it was just like way more blue. It was like way more blue, and to be honest, it had a little bit of a teal in it as well, and a little bit of white. But it like I said, it looked angelic. It was glowing. It was huge. It was just absolutely huge, and it was a vision. And after that went away, I saw a smaller butterfly, completely blue, but it wasn't outlined. So as if like I saw a butterfly without an outline to it, right? And it was just flying around. It was just like flying around. And I was like, wow, like again, a butterfly. And then after that vision, the next day now, right, I received 4 dreams, you guys. I mean, I don't even know what to say to that anymore. This just tells us how close we are. And I really believe the Lord is doing this because we are in the ark and the flood is going to happen. it could happen any moment now, right? And like I said, 4 dreams in one night, like that's, I mean, wow, right? Like I said, like I feel like, I mean, September, like I already got a lot, and like now October is just like every day there's something new, either in a dream, either in a vision, or in a Bible verse. The Lord is just like really, like it's urgent, you guys. It's really urgent. But I'm gonna start now with the dreams. It started off, and the first one I didn't remember much, you guys. I didn't remember much of this one, but I heard. And like I said, I heard this, and I'm sharing you guys now what I've heard. But I heard a few days left. And then like when I heard that, I was like jumping, right? And I then ran in the dream. I ran to my sister, and we were actually outside from the apartment. And she was like on the stairs that was leading up to the apartment, and I'm running. Like when I heard that, like I'm running now. Like I'm running to my sister, and I'm letting her know now what I just heard. And when I told her, she repeated it, and she said, a few days left. A few days left now of 10%. And before I get into this now, I actually saw on the same day someone that, and I'm gonna leave the link to his video, but I saw his video, and he actually asked the Lord. Well, first he asked him, when is he coming, when the Lord didn't answer him, and then he asked, okay, well, if I'm not allowed to know that, like, can I at least know, like, how many people will be going into the rapture, right? And the Lord told him 10%. And so when I heard this in the dream, because like I said, the first thing I heard was a few days left. And that's when I ran to my sister, and then my sister repeated it and said, a few days left now of 10%. And when she said 10%, I was just like in shock, right? Because I knew exactly what she meant when she said 10%. And let me tell you guys, like 10% from this whole earth, if that's what the Lord meant, right? That's not a lot. And that's very sad. Like, wow, 10%. Like I said, that's so sad, but like I said, I will leave the link to that guy's video that you guys can also check it out in the description below. But I just knew when she said 10%, I knew what was meant by that. And then after that, everything went black. Everything went black, and I heard now. So I didn't see, like I wasn't like in a dream now anymore. I actually woke up, but like everything was black, and I heard a big thump. Like I heard, do. And then, cause like I said, I was awake, right? And I heard a big do. And like I said, it was so loud, so loud. Definitely like, I mean, I was like totally up then, right? After that big thump. But then I did go back to sleep, and at some point, and I knew this because I woke up in between. So this was actually then last night, and then the following 3 dreams I must have got at some point in the morning. I knew that. And so the next day, well, I guess into the morning now, I'm actually asking the Lord before I fell asleep. I was asking the Lord if He could send me something, because like I couldn't remember much of the first one, and I was really asking the Lord for confirmation, like if this was really from Him. Like I was really, because a few days left, right? Like I said, I don't know what the Lord means when He says few, right? But that is what I heard. And so at this point, like before I fell asleep, so after the big thump, right, I did ask the Lord a few times if he could send me something again as a confirmation. Because first off, because I didn't remember much of the dream and I know there was more into that dream. And second of all, because what was said, right? And you guys, he gave me 3 more dreams. He gave me 3 more dreams. Again, 3 confirmation with 3 dreams. All leading to the times that we're in right now. And there's also going to be some Bible verses that I want to share with you guys that have that relate to these dreams. But like I said, so the second one started, and before I go into this, today, Friday, right, my time, I looked at the clock, it's 8:22, you guys, 2022, because Germans go off by a different clock, so to me, like, 2022, but just had to get that out there. Been seeing that everywhere, like, nonstop. But today at work there was gonna be like an Oktoberfest, so like a little party, right? That's what we Germans do. When October's here, they do like a Oktoberfest where they wear like dindas and they drink beer, like all these things, right? And that was gonna actually be today, and I also had school today. So those are 2 things that I just want you guys to like keep in back of the mind because of how the dream went. So the second dream now, I was in this big house, a big house I've never seen before, and I knew it didn't belong to me. I actually thought like in the dream like that this was the house of that one girl that worked by me. And I saw those 2 girls that I work with actually in this house with me in this dream, and they were getting ready. It's like as if like we were getting ready together to be going into this Oktoberfest that like my work was gonna have today, well, which they already did, right? And they were totally like excited for it and stuff. And me though, I was isolating myself, and I actually, in between the hours, I would go into the bathroom and I would be on my knees like for an hour, and then I would come back out and see like at what point they were at. And it just kept going like that. Like I kept isolating myself from the 2. And like I said, I was like on my knees. So for like a whole hour until I would come back out and like see at what point they are, because they were getting ready to go to this Oktoberfest that was today, right? And then it finally came to the point that it was time to go, and all of a sudden we were like in the kitchen, and my mom appeared in the kitchen, and those 2 girls had on and like let me tell you guys, like they had something on not for winter. So like it was like they had on dresses, they were red, and they had Sharon flowers on them. When I say Sharon flowers, the flowers were this color actually of like my shirt right here, this pink. They had Sharon flowers on their dresses, but their dress was like pure red. And I'm like looking at that, and I'm like thinking, oh, maybe I should have gotten ready. Maybe I should have went. Because I didn't get myself ready to go to this party. And then like after I said that, I actually looked at what I was wearing, and I saw I was wearing shorts, and I was wearing like an emerald colored t-shirt, like again green with white flowers on it. So I had like something just completely normal. Like I didn't get dressed up at all. Like I just had like some jean shorts, and I had an emerald t-shirt on with white flowers on it. And after I saw myself what I was wearing, that is then like, and I already said like, oh, maybe I should have, you know, maybe put something else on, because they really went all out with what they were wearing, right? I mean, they had like dresses on, and they were beautiful dresses. And that's why I was thinking like that, right? And then after I saw myself, and then my mother then actually offered then in the dream, she said, oh, Roche, should I drive you? It wouldn't be a problem. But like, even though she like offered it to me, I was like, I was like, I don't know. And like, we keep walking because it was time to go. And all of a sudden, you guys, I opened up this huge door. And outside there was hail coming down. It was snowing. I just saw so much hail and snow. And I'm like here with flip-flops, shorts on, right? And I see this, and it totally took me off guard. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, I can't go out there. I'm not going to that. I am not going to that. Like that was what I was thinking and saying when I opened up this door, because I just couldn't believe that it was hailing like crazy. There was so much snow. And one of the girls from work, she walked right into it. And I forgot to leave out I left out a detail. I forgot to tell you guys. Before I opened up the door, I had a glass. So I must have drank like water or something, but I had an empty glass, and it was this size, and I put it onto the window frame before opening up the door. Like I said, like I forgot to mention that. So exactly, and I opened up the door and I saw all that. And that one girl from work, she just went there with the dress and the flip-flops, and she never came back. She just never came back. So at this moment, I didn't see my mother anymore, and I didn't see the other girl, because like I said, there were two girls from work that were there in the house. The one already left into that storm, never came back. And then I thought, I was by myself, and I closed the door. And as soon as I closed the door, I heard someone frantically knocking on the door, like desperately knocking on the door, as if like really desperately, you guys. And I opened up the door, and he was just like so desperate, and he was just like, he was looking for the other girl that I haven't seen yet, right? Like I thought I was by myself, and he's like, where is she? I have to talk to her. I really need to talk to her. Like, he was really desperate, you guys, and he was really, like, something must have seriously happened, right? The way he was acting. And I knew this wasn't my household, and I had to tell him, I told him, I'm so sorry, but I cannot let you in. I couldn't let him in, because, like, it wasn't my decision. It wasn't my decision to make if he's allowed to come in or not, because it's not my household, right? And I felt really bad, but it just wasn't my decision to make, and I knew that, and I had to tell him that. And then I turned, because then like he kept asking, and like, so I turned around, because I didn't know what to do anymore. So I turned around, and all of a sudden, that girl was just like, she just popped up out of nowhere and sat on the couch. And then I was like, oh, well, she is here. So I guess, yeah, okay, come in now, right? And then, like, as soon, like, he didn't even pay attention to me anymore. He just went straight to her. And as if they were like 1-on-1. I wasn't even there anymore at that point, right? And then that was over. And then it switched. And then all of a sudden, I was in this landscape that actually looks like the area from the place that I live here. And, but it's in the woods. But when I say landscape, like even though it's in the woods, it's like a big landscape of green grass there as well. And I parked my car there. And I had my little brother with me. And I parked it there, and in front of it was like a big grassy hill. And I walked out with my brother, I walked up the hill, and there was like a lot of people there, you guys. There was a lot of people there, like totally strangers. I have never seen these people before in my entire life. And it was like, they were like all in groups, like they were like grilling and like things like that. It was just like a get together or something. But like I said, I don't know, I didn't know any of them. So I walked with my brother all the way up, and all of a sudden I I was at a part where there was like a ladder, and underneath the ladder was kind of like a construction place, and the ladder was just kind of like hanging there, but not like straight, like not vertical. It was laying horizontal. And I all of a sudden I saw my dad. Like you guys know, he has passed away, and today uh, is his death day. Like I told you guys, October 7th is his death day. Death day. And again, like I told you guys many times, he said, Roche, it's been 3 years now since I've seen you. And that's when he took off his shirt off. And today's that day, right? And so like I saw my dad. I saw my dad first standing there, and then all of a sudden I saw this woman there as well, and they were like just really glowing. I didn't know who the woman was, but she kept looking at my dad, and then all of a sudden there was also a child there. It was a girl, and she was playing around with the ladder. She was just jumping around, like no fear at all. And I mean, if you would have fell off this ladder, you would have fell a little bit, right? But like no fear at all. And then all of a sudden, my dad was also like playing on the ladder, just as if like if it just reminded me of me. Like if my dad were to like spend time with me then at that age, right? That's what the scenario kind of was. It just reminded me of that. But just totally happy, overly happy, glowing. They were all glowing, had a light to them. This woman was just standing there watching all this happening and just smiling, and I didn't know who she was. And then I was like, at one point I was like, all right, Dad, I'm just gonna go here now, because I gotta go now, right? As if like I just don't even, yeah. And so I'm walking with my brother, and I'm walking through all these people. And like I said, I don't know these people, so they were strangers to me. And all of a sudden, me and my brother must have walked too far from the car, and someone from this group of people called out my name. And he said, oh, Roche, wait, your car's parked here. And I'm like, oh, thank you for letting me know. But like I was just so in shock, and I told my brother in the dream, I said, how did he know my name? I was like, how did he know my name? I've never seen this person before. And then like the more I walked, like the more people knew me, and I didn't know them, right? And I almost got to my car, and then it switched scenes, and I was all of a sudden at like some park house, like a parking house. And like before I got to my car, all of a sudden this guy came to me. He came like running to me, and he told me, he said, oh, Roche, I'm your brother. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know, like, right? I've never seen this person before. And like, so I welcomed him though, like he was my brother. Like I hugged him, he hugged me, and then another guy came, Roche, I'm also your brother. And then 4 or 5 other ones came, you guys. Like these were all guys. I didn't see a woman here now, but like they all look different. We all look different from each other. So like they just all came, and they were like hugging me, and then all of a sudden we were like in a circle, like arm to arm, and we're just like so happy. Like we all found each other. Like, oh, we're all like brothers and sisters, right? At this point. Exactly. And then one of them, I actually took them with me in the car, because I knew, okay, here's the catch. Like I knew I had to get to school, which I also had today, right? Because like I said, I'm in the Ausbildung, like I work and I go to school. So like, but I work for that learning. It's a type of system here in Germany of how they do that. But Um, so like, but I knew I had to go to school, so I knew I had to go, and I decided to take one of them with me outside of this parking house. So, and then you guys, I didn't have my car anymore that I have now, but I all of a sudden had this car that was, first of all, this car was like so fast, and it was probably millions worth. Like, I don't even know what, right? And but that was the car. It was like one of those really fast cars, and it was, you guys, it was the color black and blue, like the butterfly. The car was more black and it had blue stripes on it, like the butterfly. And I took this guy with, that says he's my brother, right? Because I don't even, like, my real brother like wasn't there then anymore. And we went into this car because I was trying to get them out of the parking lot, like the parking house. And you guys, I drove so fast. I didn't even have control of that car anymore. All I kept thinking, and I was a little uneasy because I was like thinking, like, I hope I don't hit anybody or anything, right? I hope I don't hit anybody because you guys went like real fast, and like it went into a curve, and I'm just like thinking, I'm just like putting all my trust in the Lord, and I'm like, I hope I don't hit anybody. That's how far, like, this car went so fast. And then it got to the point where I would have to get a ticket now to open up that little, like, I don't know what it's called, but like you pay for it, like you have like a ticket and you pay for it, and when you pay for it, you put it in the machine, and then like that thing goes up, right? So I was at that point because it was down, and I got the ticket and stuff, and I put it in, and it went up, and I wanted to drive. All of a sudden, that thing flew right back down. It just like flew right back down. And this guy came, like this technical guy that was working there, and he said, hold on, just wait a little bit, I will fix it. So I had to wait in the car until he like played around a little bit with this machine, and then he got it to the point that it opened up, because it looked like a garage door, and he got it to the point where it opened up at the right amount that it should, so that the car that I was in was just able to squeeze right out. And I knew, and I got there, and I knew when I was there, he helped me. He helped me squeeze the car out. Like, I didn't get a scratch or anything, like the car was not damaged, but like he had to help. Like, he had to help me get this car like out. Like, he helped me squeeze it out, right? And then that was over. And now the last dream I had was, I all of a sudden was at my mother's place, and I'm looking out the window, like I'm sitting at her couch, and it's exactly how it looks like at her place. The curtains, how it looked like outside. Everything looked the same. And I'm looking outside this window, and I see, and it was sunny outside. It was sunny outside, but I see snow. I see snow coming, like dancing in the sky. Like, when I say dancing, it wasn't just like coming down, like it just was like as if like the wind was carrying the snow. And I said, and I told my mother, because she was with me in the other dream, I told her, I said, see, Mom, I told you it's snowing. And then she came running and she saw it as well, and we were just like in awe, because like it was sunny outside and it was snowing, and it didn't fall like normal snow, like the wind was like carrying the snow in every direction. And all of a sudden, someone rang the doorbell, and like at this point I'm like, oh, who's coming now, right? I'm like, who's coming now? It was just like a never-ending story, right? And all of a sudden, like, the door was open, and this woman came with a child, a boy child, her son. She had a son with her. And like I said, I've never seen this woman. I don't know who she was. And she brought her son with. And her son was between maybe like 5 and 7-ish, maybe around that age. And so they went up the stairs, and I immediately, you guys, I immediately was like obsessed with her son. I don't like, my focus wasn't on this woman or who she was or anything. Like, my focus was her son. And it was just like this feeling, like, I can't tell you guys. And he took a razor, like he took like my mom's razor or something, because like I said, he was like around 5 or 7, and he didn't even know, like he wouldn't have known that this razor could hurt him, right? Like, it's as if his child just like maybe took, I don't know, takes a knife or something, and you're like, no, don't take that, right? That was like that case. And he took like my mom's razor, and I'm like, oh no, like, because I paid attention to him, like my focus was on him, and I'm like, oh no, you can't have that, like, you can't play with that, right? But like, he already ran away. He already ran away with that razor. Like, he took it and he ran away. And like, then I go to my mom and I'm like, Mom, like, he has a razor, like that kid, like, he's gonna hurt himself. And she was like, and that woman, his mother, was also there talking with my mom, so she knew this. And my mom was like, oh no, it's fine, right? And I'm like, and then all of a sudden I hear the crying. I hear the crying, and I'm like, oh, see, I told you. I was like, I told you. And so I'm running like a maniac at this point, because I know he hurt himself like with this razor, right? And he was at, you guys, I know now who the child is, but and I'll tell you guys. But I ran down, and this child was he was at the door, like the Eingangstür. How do I say that in English? The door that is like the first door you open when you go in the house, right? Like the front door. And he was like in the house, but he was in front of that front door. And I saw him standing there, and he had like something tan on. Like, it was definitely tan, creamish white. But as a child, and he was glowing. But I just ran to him, and I saw like where he hurt himself. I don't know what happened to the razor; it just disappeared, right? But I'm like looking, like, where did he hurt himself? But he already showed me where he hurt himself, and he went like this, and he hurt himself like literally like his fingertip, and it was bloody, it was red. And I'm like, that's not bad, like, we'll get it fixed, he'll be fine, right? And at this point, then, like, I know his mom was like coming, because now she knows, like, okay, he did hurt himself, right? But I assured him, like, oh, we'll get it, I'll help you. I said, I'll help you. And I said, because I said, I'm like, don't worry, you'll be fine, like, I'll help you. And that's when his mother then came, and like, she told me, okay, just make sure we don't need a cream, we just need the like disinfection spray, right? And because I know we had that in the house, so, well, at my mom's house. And it's like, okay, yeah, right. And then she went away, and then I was like at the door still, and all of a sudden he hugged me. He hugged me out of nowhere. Like, he just hugged me, you guys. And I can't tell you guys, but that was like the warmest, loving hug I have ever received. I have ever received. My heart immediately, I can't tell you guys, it just was like thumping. Like, my heart was just like filled with warmness and love, and I just felt so loved. And he hugged me for a long time. And after that, like, he just disappeared. I never saw the child ever again after that. But I still didn't stop. I still wanted to help, and I was looking for this disinfection spray. And normally it would be at my oma's, my grandma. And I'm like looking. I said, I cannot believe it's not here. Why can't I find it? It's always here. And then like, I'm looking for it for like forever, and I said, I have to go to school here now soon. I really have to go here soon to school. And then that's when my mother came. She said, oh, I have it upstairs by me. And I said, oh, I wish you would have told me earlier, but okay. Like, and I went up the stairs, got it, and went back down. And then I said, okay, I have it, but I really have to go now. I have to go to school. I have to get to school. And then the dreams were over. And I need to tell you guys, for this year, I have school every Friday and every other Tuesday. And this week coming up now, would be a Tuesday and a Friday. And I had, like I said, I had school today. So, I really believe, I believe the dreams kind of like speak for themselves. I don't think we have that much time left, you guys. I really don't. I think it's just so urgent. The Lord, 4 dreams, you guys. That sounds pretty urgent to me. And I know I couldn't wait now any longer to tell you guys. Like, it's just so in my heart to share with you guys. And like I said, he sent me 3 after I asked him for a confirmation if this really was him now. And he sent me 3 dreams thereafter. Again, 3, confirmation, right? And like I said, the snow, I'll read you guys a Bible verse on that. Another thing I want to mention is when this all happened, I was always in the house. I was like protected from the snow, whatever was happening outside, like I was always in the house. I was in the house, and I truly believe with all my heart that this child was the Lord. Because you guys, like I said, he was wearing like a white, tannish, creamish, like a t-shirt, but like it was glowing so much. Like it was just like glowing so much. Like it was just like I didn't really see much of an outline of it because like I knew the color, but like he was just glowing. And I've never been hugged like that, you guys. I have never felt something like that. I haven't. So and I think maybe the Lord was showing, like, because he did shed his blood for us, right? Even though he showed it to me on a finger, but like to me that's like his blood, right? And I just really wanted to get that out, you guys. Like I said, I think it's pretty urgent. 4 dreams in one night. Again, the number 4, doorway, right? The car just had to be black and blue, like the butterfly, like our transformation. And I really believe the car was going so fast, and then just honestly, like I believe that's our rapture flight. It's gonna go that fast. And I believe, because also Revelation 12, it could possibly be that the dragon wants to stop. He wants to stop the bride from going to the Lord. He's gonna probably do something to try to stop it. And I really do believe that this technical guy, this guy that helped me with the garage, could have, right? This is just a train of thought now, my interpretation. Could have been Michael the Archangel, because he's fighting the dragon, right? And I believe he's gonna help us. Like he's gonna be fighting the dragon, right? And this dragon cannot get the bride. This dragon cannot get the woman. And that's why, like, it was just perfect. And he had to help me. He had to help me squeeze the car out to be free, to be out of the parking spot or house, right? And everything's just lining up. And I also want to share some Bible verses with you guys, because like I said, it's in the Bible that the Lord has preserved for the times of troubles, hail and snow, which I just keep seeing. And I also want to share some Bible verses in Revelation 4, because now I understand the emerald. I understand the lightning that I saw. And it's just like all in Revelation 4. Our flight, our rapture. I'm going to first share with you guys again Job 38:22. Again, the verse 22, like not a coincidence. Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? Guys, what a confirmation. And this time, I didn't just see snow, I also saw hail this time. And it's not normal, you guys. It's not normal snow or hail. Let me tell you that. Then I also want to show you guys Revelation. Oh, another interpretation that I forgot to mention. I believe those guys that came and said, Roche, I'm your brother. I believe those are going to be all our brothers and sisters in Christ. that we don't even know about. Like, we're all going to be brothers and sisters in Christ, even in heaven, and we're going to meet everybody when we're up there, and it's just going to be great. I can't wait. I just can't wait, you guys. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to harpata out of here. But like I said, Revelation 4, because like I said, I had a vision of a lightning bolt, and it started off with a ball, and it just many lightning bolts came out of that lightning ball, and it just made itself way to the right, and it was just very dominant. And like I said, I had a t-shirt on with an emerald color to it with white flowers on it, you guys. Again, emerald. And now I understand why. Because of this verse in Revelation 4:1. The throne of God in heaven. After this I looked, and behold, a door was opened in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. Again, the rapture. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. So when we're in heaven, guys, so we get raptured, we're immediately in the Spirit, right? We're transformed like the butterfly, like how a butterfly transforms. And now we're seeing the throne of God. So this is the next step, you guys. This is the next step for us that are going to be raptured. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, which is like a reddish color, which also is in that picture that I made, right? And where the Lord's face is, I just can't believe that part is red. It's like that sardine stone. And I'm just like, wow, this is just getting wilder, you guys. It really is. However, and there was a rainbow around about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. Okay, here's my emerald, you guys. And round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. I want you guys to like remember that, because I want to also show you guys another verse on that. So then it goes on, and it says, And out of the throne proceeded lightnings, and thunderings, and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. You guys, lightning. I'm just like, this is all screaming, like the Lord is just like, really, like, this is what I mean, right? And I'm just like, wow, like the first thing that we're going to see, like when we get raptured, we're going to see the throne of God and Jesus in this throne, right? We're going to see him sitting in his throne. This is the first thing we're going to see when we get raptured. And it's just like, it's a sight unto like an emerald, and there's going to be lightnings proceeding out of it. And I'm just like, everything's lining up, you guys. Everything's lining up. Didn't know this a few weeks ago, or I didn't even know this a few days ago. And the reason why I said now, remember the crowns of gold, is also if we look into Philadelphia, which I believe that we are Philadelphia Church, that is his rapture bride. It goes on to, and to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, These things says he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. So he's talking about this door. He's talking about this door that no one can shut for you, for it is open for you. Like, wow, right? Like, guys, this is us. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. It's exactly what I just said. You guys, this is so exciting. This is like so encouraging. For thou hast a little strength. What does that sound like, you guys? Doesn't this sound like us? How much strength do we have left, right? Aren't we weary? Isn't it time to go? And has kept my word. Sounds like us. Sounds like his bride, right? And has not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know what I have loved thee. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. You guys, this is so important. Patience. Aren't we being patient? We have to be, right? This is us. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. Tribulation, you guys. To try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. You guys, like I said, like when I read that, I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. So, we are the church of Philadelphia, and the Lord says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So I'm like, again, I just can't believe like what I'm reading. It's just like everything's just lining up, you guys. Like, this is what we're gonna see. Like, something's very big in store for us, you guys. Those that love Jesus. I'm telling you, he's your only savior. Like, he's the only one that can save you. He's the only one. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. Oh, you guys, it's just so great. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches. And then the last church is for the tribulation saints. But I just really wanted to share that with you guys because it's just like so encouraging, and I just can't wait, and I just love Jesus, and I hope you guys do too, because he's your only savior. He's the only way. He's your only key to get to heaven. He's the only one. Nothing else can save you but our Lord Jesus Christ. And like I said, time is running out. Time is definitely running out. I'm not setting any dates or anything like that. However, I do know one thing. It will be like the times of Noah. And Noah was also informed, and he was also not in the dark. And the Lord made sure that he was on the ark when the flood came. And so shall it also be unto the times that we are in now. The Lord will not keep his children in dark. We are of light, and he will keep us in light. But like I said, this is what I want to share with you guys. I love all my brothers and sisters in Christ, and I can't wait. Alrighty, bye. Till the next time, if there's the next time, right?